Yeehaw! It's the Mad Cinemists Show.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm Scott G.
And I'm Phil D.
Today we're talking about Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we figured it was time for some feel-good movies.
Yeah.
We need some good, charming, well-written characters.
Especially since I'm playing Depression the game.
Yeah, yeah. How's that going, by the way?
I like it. I like it. It's like Manhunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I loved playing Manhunt.
Yeah.
It's really violent.
Yeah. And this is Last of Us 2.
Yeah, Last of Us 2. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Depression the game.
Depression the game.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But it's good. So instead, we're going to contrast that with some of the best movies we can think of.
Yeah, really. And not even just our favorite movies.
No.
Because we pretty much do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know? These are movies that genuinely make us feel good after we watch them.
Yeah.
And that is definitely the case with this film.
Mm-hmm. And will be the other ones of this month.
Of this month. Yeah. So, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Mm-hmm.
Based on Homer's Odyssey. Set in the Dust Bowl Depression era period.
In Mississippi.
Yeah. Three guys, George Clooney, John Turturro, and Tim Blake Nelson.
Yep.
So those are our main guys. So you got George Clooney as Everett
McGill.
Everett McGill. And John Turturro is Pete. And Tim Blake Nelson pulling off a stunning performance as Delmar.
Man,
Delmar might
Delmar,
actually be honestly my favorite of the trio.
Yeah.
He's such the innocent man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm with you, fellas.
Yeah, exactly.
He's I think he plays up that character really well. I mean, I usually like that dude's performance in most of the things that he's in, but this one, man. Ooh, he plays the idiot so well.
Oh, it's so good.
Because, he's the Donnie of this crew.
Yeah.
Because they're playing off of the three-part character thing like on Lebowski.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the Donnie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except he doesn't die.
No.
No.
And he doesn't get turned into a horny toad.
So anyway, what about this movie stands out the most to you? I mean, obviously the music.
Yellow. Jesus.
Yellow. Dude, there's so much yellow. And we were talking about this. This was kind of in that era when people were really experimenting super heavily with color correction in film, more than they had been, before then. Because it's not like color correction wasn't a thing. It just, I think, digital color correction was starting to become a more widely used thing in films around this time.
Well, what was that movie where it's like a old perfect 50s town in black and white, and then they start to get color? And
Pleasantville.
That is Pleasantville. That's what I thought it was. Yeah. Like that one. That's
exactly.
one of the earlier films that tried to play with color so heavily in the digital side of things. We're going to manipulate to a strong
absurd degree.
Or Gladiator is another one.
Exactly. Gladiator's another one. And this one is another one that stands out because anything that would be green is yellow.
Just yellow as hell.
Yeah. And it's I understand what they were going for, and it's definitely it fits the tone because it is a kind of hyper-realistic situation. I mean, yeah. This is pretty much a cartoon.
Yeah.
So,
it's an over-exaggerated everything.
Absolutely.
All the characters are turned up to 11.
Yeah.
Each of them.
Yeah. So you got Delmar. He's the innocent. He's the oblivious. Just good-natured.
Yep.
Yeah, your best friend ever.
Yep.
And
then you have Pete, who's completely impulsive.
Yeah, he is the id.
He needs immediately.
Yeah.
And he just, he can't stop his own emotions.
Instant satisfaction.
Runs on instinct. That guy.
Yeah, and then you have Everett, who's I guess the analyst
of
the group.
He's the ego. He's the thing that thinks that, I'm smarter than this situation. And
he's not near as smart as he thinks he is.
He's clever.
He is clever.
And he's got the gift of gab.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But no, he's definitely not as smart as he thinks he is, and he continues to get him in shitty situations because that's kind of the Odysseus thing. Is Odysseus was so headstrong that he just continued to push his men in fucked up situations. Because he's like, no, we got it, guys,
we can do this,
we got this. Yeah.
Because
that's kind of what that tale is about. Is just about how
it's about hubris.
The
Greeks love hubris, man.
Humans' folly. That's exactly what it is. Man. And so other characters so Tommy's amazing because Tommy's based on Robert Johnson.
Absolutely.
And
the guy who's playing him, he is fantastic.
Yeah, the song
Chris Thomas King.
Yeah, he wrote that track Killing Floor Blues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the few times in the movie where whoever is singing on set is actually the one singing.
Is actually the person singing the song. Yeah. Because they have a lot of songs that were recorded somewhere else and then transposed over, whoever.
It's lip sync.
And that's fine because it fits really well.
It fits really well. I believe George Clooney has that voice.
Yeah. Well, man, I remember the dude that wrote the song. He was saying something about how when the movie came out, his wife was loving it because she loves her husband's voice, but it was coming out of George Clooney.
Oh yeah.
That's
all right.
Also, it's like there's a lot of very intelligent mixing tricks,
Yeah, dude. The R&D in this movie is fucking great.
When they go down the audio, the congregation, or when they go through the chain gang,
a line of people.
They mix in one voice louder than the other one, really intelligently.
Yeah, so it feels like you're actually hearing them. Yeah.
Very smart mixing.
Yeah. The mixing, the audio in this movie is just kind of a masterpiece to some degree, man.
Yeah.
I would honestly say this is probably my favorite Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, I've come to feel that same way. Like I like other ones. I really like.
I love
a lot
other
of
ones. Yeah. That's the same. That's the thing. Is just like a average Coen Brothers movie is kind of analogous to someone else's best work.
Yeah, so an average Coen Brothers movie is like Hail Caesar or what was the other one I was saying earlier?
Oh, wait.
Because I love Barton Fink. I actually think Barton Fink is a great movie.
Yeah, Fargo's
amazing.
Fargo's great.
Yeah, Raising Arizona's great.
Yeah. Blood Simple.
I've never seen Blood Simple. What's
Blood
up with that
Simple's
one?
good.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
It's good.
But
we'll probably watch more than one Coen Brothers
movie.
movie.
The point is that we really love the Coen Brothers, and I mean everybody knows the Big Lebowski.
Absolutely,
and
Big Lebowski's great.
Big Lebowski's wonderful, but it's also I don't really like. I don't think you even need to talk about the Big Lebowski.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, people
on.
know about that
one. But this film kind of plays to the same Coen trope as the Lebowski, in that it has the 3-part main character.
Right.
So the main character is the tripod of these people.
Right. Exactly. There isn't just one protagonist. There, 3 that create one protagonist.
That's kind of how it works.
It's like a Voltron situation, pretty much.
No, man, think of it like the Enterprise.
Is it because they're not lions?
No. It's the Enterprise, man.
It's the Enterprise. Okay.
It's the Enterprise, and they're not lions.
And they're not. That's probably the biggest difference.
Yeah, no lions.
No lions.
You got to work on that.
Yeah. So
Donnie.
So at the beginning of this movie, you had the blind soothsayer.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, dude, just pumping tracks, man.
But the whole time, because I mean, they basically imply that this guy never does anything except for works this cart down the tracks.
Yeah,
and he's not doing it for any other reason than just to move.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and he's just going in a big circle.
It's almost like maybe it's a reference to Sisyphus or whatever, like pushing the rock up the hill forever. I'm not sure though, but he's also, obviously a blind soothsayer,
right?
Like you said,
exactly.
And there's something about that whole, blind thing that's always the connection. They don't even have to tell you what's going on. It's like, oh, that guy's blind. Oh shit, I bet he knows the future.
I bet he's psychic.
it's a visual cue now that's pretty funny.
Exactly.
You know? Like
if you're blind, you you have foresight.
Yeah. So I mean, like, don't think that blind people just can read your thoughts. Okay.
Yeah. Don't do that.
They
That
might
would
be able to, but they probably can't. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's just. Okay.
1 out of every 5 blind person can read your thoughts.
Man, you better not let those statistics out, because
yeah.
they've been trying to keep that at bay for a while
That's
now. They don't want
right,
you to know they could read. They could read your thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is what movies teach us.
This is what bad stereotypes of people. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
But I love him. It and the dialect in this movie, and it's really pronounced with him.
Yeah.
Like really early on in the movie, this is what you're getting into. You know, and the dialogue, and like we were saying, like it's not even what they're actually saying, it's their delivery, it's their
out of context, a lot of these things don't really make much sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could say like he's bona fide.
Yeah.
It shit don't make much sense, but it's
Mom said you got hit by a train.
Yeah. Those little Warvy gals.
Not since you got hit by that train.
Yeah,
that shit is great.
I really love that. I love the I love Holly Hunter in this movie.
I love Holly Hunter
because she pretty much plays the embodiment of like the female dynamic, right? You know, and she is that caricature turned up to the extreme as well, especially with this time period in mind, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, you know, she's making sure that, you know, she's not shamed from his situation.
Right.
So she's saying that he got killed by a train.
Yeah.
Because that's more honorable than saying that he went to the penitentiary.
Yeah,
you know?
and she divorced him out of shame. Like, what else was I supposed to tell him?
And he's like, well, you got a point.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, you know.
He understands.
Yeah, he gets it. He's just pissed off about it.
Yeah.
And he's not going to back down.
Because he doesn't want her to get married to old Waldrop.
Waldrop, man. Whoa now.
You can't swear my fiancé.
Well, you can't marry my wife.
I love it.
Man, the banter from everybody in this film is great.
Yeah.
But my absolute favorite character is Stephen Root playing recording artist or the recording engineer guy, the blind guy. Fuck,
I love him.
I mean, he doesn't see the future.
He's
right?
not psychic.
No, but he knows. He knows when he hears a good tune.
Are these statistics wrong?
Oh shit.
Oh no, we gotta redo our.
Because there's like there's only two.
There's only two.
Folks in this
okay,
movie, so that's actually a 50% ratio.
Hey,
Maybe
it's wrong, but in the opposite direction.
It's gone up, guys. Half of all blind people can read your thoughts. That we've learned this from this movie.
Absolutely. But yes, I love Stephen Root. He plays one of the most outlandish characters, and it's all delivery, dude.
Yeah, but he's kind of the king of playing these characters.
Absolutely.
In this genre.
Yeah.
Right, in this type, you know, playing the more southerny characters and that kind of thing. You can tell that Stephen Root's been around a lot of weird old Southerners and a lot of just unique folks because he's kind of like assimilated all these people into the way he delivers things,
and then he just pulls them out when he needs them.
And then he becomes like Milton, or he becomes whoever
this guy,
this dude. I mean, who knows what his name is? It doesn't matter, but
I think it was like radio station man. Or
okay,
something
yeah,
like,
something like doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all.
Matter.
Yeah,
they don't ever say his name.
Man, one of my things that I love is when he first introduces himself, like with
the
way he uses the cane. He's using it all shitty and like nonsensical, and it's just
hitting the walls.
Like his performance is right up there with some Tim and Eric level shit. Like just I
love it. Yes, we got to be that competition.
Yeah. He yachts at him, man.
He fucking jabberjaws at him, man.
Yeah, dude. It's that whole thing, singing to the can. I love the old recording shit. You know, there was some interesting tube equipment in the background, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all the mics were very like period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
love it.
When they say singing to a can, it actually looks like a can.
It's a fucking can
with some springs coming out of it. It's like,
well, I mean, if you look at the mics we have right here,
right.
You know, they have the little band that works as a shock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have those springs and then the microphone isolated.
Just isolate, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's the same concept. What's also really weird is apparently some of those old mics, especially the parallel to the floor mics.
Yeah.
You know, would pick up if you listened to them on a good mono system.
Right.
It actually has a 3D effect in a very weird way, as though you can hear the placement of things in the room.
Oh yeah.
Because it's coming from a single source.
Absolutely.
It's an odd thing, but it works somehow. So there's some old recordings that actually sound a lot more 3D than you would expect.
Right.
You know, because of the way that technique works. So it's super cool to see that setup. I remember when I first saw that, I thought that was some of the coolest stuff. You know, oh man, cool old recording engineer shit. And then there's like throughout the movie, every time somebody holds a mic, it's some interesting old piece.
It looks it looks interesting. It's cool to see.
Love
very aesthetically pleasing.
Which in general is a theme throughout the whole film.
Absolutely.
Every sign looks period. Every car is great. You know, their clothes.
But it's just that little bit exaggerated.
Just a touch. Yeah, well, like, for instance, how much sweat's on everybody's clothes.
Oh, dude, they sweat them up.
Yeah, they sweat them the fuck up. Like, everybody's creases are sweaty, especially the fatter guys.
Yeah, because it's hot.
It's hot in Mississippi.
It's a dust bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I like John Goodman as the Cyclops.
Dude, John Goodman as the Cyclops. What is his name? Big Dan T?
Big Dan.
Big Dan. 2 quart.
Yeah, he pulls out. This is one of my favorite
John Goodman roles.
Which
absolutely.
Do you know about that?
And he's not in the movie for very long.
He's not.
The little bit that he's in, he makes such a impact, you know?
Yeah, he steals that scene, man.
I think it's because he squishes Pete.
Oh, poor Pete.
He squishes Pete. After
Don't you know these things give you warts?
Yeah, Pete gets turned into a frog by the sirens.
A horny toad.
And Delmar is convinced that the frog is Pete.
Yep.
It's great.
He thinks it's his heart at first, and both of them are staring at that heart like...
Dude, and when it pops out and he screams... dude, the screams in this movie are fucking hilarious.
Dude, him and John Turturro both have these amazing wails and screams and exciting sounds and just... Yeah, dude. Man, let's just talk about how much of a like, a pure person... Delmar really is.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I say he's an innocent, I mean that in the strictest terms.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very unassuming, very trusting, seemingly unspoiled by the outside world type person.
Even though he's been to jail.
He's so pure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it when they steal the pie.
Oh, yeah. And he
leaves the money.
And he pays for it. Yeah,
because you know I like George Nelson a lot, and I like because really this entire film is it's you know, the Odyssey, of course,
right? Which
means that based on pretty much all of the old Greek shit, but specifically the Homer, the two Homer sagas,
right?
It's all about personalities. It's all about inherent personality traits in all of humans.
Absolutely.
You know, these aren't these people. These are people.
Yeah.
These are the way that people act. This is just
an exaggerated version of that.
And that's the same way that like those old parables were meant to be read. It's like it's like, you know, the allegory with some Shakespeare, because I mean some of it's just shit, but you know, there's
tell us how you feel.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You know who you are.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If you ain't Hamlet. But my point though is that, you know, so there are many different characters that just display a very specific personality type.
Right.
And I really like, you know, a Big Dan, because he's the salesman, he's the preacher, he's the Cyclops, he's trying to get something from you. He's
absolutely.
You know, and then we got you know, Holly Hunter, who's the very specific bride. You know,
very specific.
You've got to fulfill her, you know, her needs.
Yep.
And if you can't do that, well, all right, I'm going somewhere else.
And she's stubborn enough to make you do it.
Super stubborn, and and he's already got 6 kids with it too. So
so it's like
5 or 6. I think it's 6.
It's 6.
Yeah, and then you know. We got George Nelson, who is the thrill seeker.
Yeah,
you know, he's the guy that only is happy in combat. You know,
he's constantly on a roller coaster emotionally. Yeah.
He's a big
either
sad
really,
man.
really up, or he's a big sad man who does not like people to call him babyface.
That's right. Yeah, because he got so shitty with that lady.
Dude, he got so upset.
Yeah, and then
he was genuinely upset about that.
Yeah. It
wasn't even him just being shitty. He was just genuinely upset.
It's almost like the whole reason that he's out doing this shit is so he can get away from the moniker of looking, like a kid or a baby face or whatever this, because I bet that's the kind of like lingo that they'd use back in the day. Oh yeah, big baby face, and then he takes it as, well, I'm not a fucking kid, I'll do what I want. You know?
Exactly. And so he's overcompensating to prove false negative.
That's right. But he's just emotionally unstable and really not self-aware, more like in his own delusion of who he
absolutely.
is, constantly at odds with his ego.
Absolutely.
That's a tough cycle, and that's that kind of person,
Yeah.
And then when he gets caught, he's happy about it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Dude. What was one of his last lines? It was 10,000 volts chasing a rabbit straight through yours truly. And he is dancing.
That's it, man.
He's got a whole crowd behind him. There's a dude playing the fiddle and a mandolin. They're having a parade because they caught somebody. Look, and that's an example, like what I said is like there are at least 3 times in this movie that I think to myself, did they actually do that back in those days? Like, is this something that actually happened? Like,
you're talking about like the dancing KKK members?
Well
did they really dance in silly circles?
That shit was fucking silly.
It's silly. Yeah. It's like Matt Stone and Trey Parker wrote a fucking KKK section.
Ugh. But no, like, so like them having a parade for catching George Nelson, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Them making a big show. Hey, we caught this guy who's been causing trouble all over this state. We got him. But then when they bring in the 4x4 to carry Homer Stokes out, when he makes an ass of himself,
it's like we don't agree with what you have to say. Get the 4x4.
Get the 4x4, lads.
Yeah,
we're gonna carry him out of town.
And a whole group of Mormons come in and take him away.
I know. Somebody explained what that was to me at some point. Like it's some kind of saying. Like carry him out on the rail or something like that. Yeah, but I can't remember the specific saying. So, gonna move on now.
I guess I don't understand.
Just barrel through it.
I understand the concept. It's like, hey, get on this thing because you're wrong, and you're like,
well,
okay.
Why couldn't those guys?
I guess I'll stay up here.
Exactly. Why don't you just get off?
Make a choice.
What are those guys gonna do? They gotta drop the bar before they can come after you.
We don't drop the bar, guys. We raise the bar.
We attempt to raise the bar. But then what is it when they have that chain gang come into the movie theater?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where they just stop the movie gang in the movie theater thing. Like,
oh yeah.
Did that actually happen? I mean, it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility, but I'm just like, really? They used to do that?
I don't see it going on. Especially go watch some chick do flips.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just a movie about a chick doing flips.
Did you hear what the lady said to her? She was like, if I had legs like that, I'd throw the rest of my body away.
You can't just be legs, lady.
That doesn't work like that. You'd be real weird.
Yeah.
Right? We don't just want your legs.
No.
That's not.
Yeah. But overall, fantastic film.
Yeah, wonderful, man.
Yeah, one of man. I really, 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 and I know we've kind of touched on this, but I really, really love the music, and I want to get a little bit more in on that before we wrap this up.
Yeah, because it's starting to rain on us at the moment. We're starting to hear it pick up outside, and right now we have like a recording shed with a metal roof. So if it picks up, you'll be able to hear it. So we're gonna try to get this done before the power outage on us.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think the music in this is really like the reason that this movie was so successful. Like, I mean, the soundtrack by itself is wonderful.
Yeah, it's Allison Krauss. I think the name of that band is Union Station. I think that's the name of that band.
Yeah.
The bluegrass band that does like Mana Consta Sorrow.
Yeah.
And then, like we were talking about, there's a bunch of those songs that are actually, the original old-timey
tracks.
The
one Delmar sings is probably my favorite in the whole song.
Oh, totally, yeah.
In the Jailhouse Now.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The dance that John Turturro's doing.
Yeah, dude, I want to dance like that from now on. I'm just going to dance like that from now on. You're going to find me in the club, like, popping and locking like a soggy Southern boy.
Man, I love it the way that entire situation goes because she's the Soggy Bottom Boys sneak up on stage and it happens to be at an event that
some kind of like political like fundraiser
and Waldrop is there with his ex-wife or with his wife that's with Everett's ex-wife. I mean, yeah, and so Everett is trying to talk to her on stage, but they have these beard disguises, so he's like pulling the beard back and like talking to her. And then, Waldrop will kind of look around, he'll sneak the beard back on and kind of... And so this situation's going on where he's trying to get her back, right? Yeah. And the only reason she's with Waldrop is because she thinks he's bona fide, where he's got a job and shit. So, she's
by the end of the movie, he doesn't have a job
because of that situation right there. Because the Soggy Bottom Boys made it to where everybody went over to Papio Daniels' side. Yeah, and then they got rid of Homer Stokes.
Yeah, they put him out on the rail, man.
And at that point, that's when... like she's like, oh well, that guy sucks now. So okay, I'm back to you.
Yeah, I guess it's you.
Yeah, I guess it's you. Because every time he's around her, you can tell it's that kind of thing. That's like she loves him. The only reason she found another man is to protect her kids.
Exactly.
To make sure she has
some kind of stability.
She has to have stability.
And he can buy him lessons on the clarinet, man.
Yeah, that's it. It's
great.
So good.
But yeah, ultimately fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Love it to death. If you've been living under a rock and somehow have not seen this movie, like our buddy Levi, who was here, he didn't stay for the podcast, but he watched the movie with us.
I'll be honest with you. Levi gets sleepy on movies.
Oh yeah,
Levi gets he's a sleepy kitty.
I guess yeah.
He so by the end of the film, he was like, if I don't do something else, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
But he did very much enjoy it.
Yeah,
though.
He enjoyed the fuck out of it.
Yeah, that's not a thing to this movie. He just gets sleepy. But yeah, man, I could tell he really loved Delmar.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Understandable,
man.
Delmar's the king of the movie, man. And he really steals the show every time he's on
the
there.
faces that him and everybody else makes.
I love that. Tim Blake Nelson.
Oh yeah,
made it a point to make Delmar kind of a mouth breather. Like you see him in every scene, his mouth is just agape, and he's just always just like, like. I don't know. It's great. It's great, dude. It's funny, dude. It's like he doesn't even have to say anything, and it's hilarious.
Friend, you don't say much, but when you do, it's to the point, and I applaud you.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Philip. Final thoughts?
Man, I don't want fop. God damn it. I'm a Dapper Dan man.
And we are all Dapper Dan men.
We should be.
Guys, check us out on Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Facebook, and leave us comments. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.